What's up, guys? My name is Jay, and welcome to my channel. I have an announcement, and it's probably something that you've heard before, but all theaters are haunted. All of them. And you cannot tell me otherwise. Every theater I've ever been to has been haunted. And some of the ones I have worked at, oh boy, do I have stories for you. But today, we are going to talk about one specific incident of why I now believe in the paranormal. It's going to get wild, y'all. So, there is a certain title of a play that you should never, ever say in a theater. I'm so paranoid about it, I won't say it in my own home. We'll not do it. It is cursed. Well, you can never get me to say it. Nope. Will not say this word. I'll put it on screen. Woo, it's on screen somewhere. Most theater people refer to it as the Scotch play. It is a Shakespeare play, and the funny thing is, it's okay to say the character name, but you can't say the show name, and they're exact same thing. It's super interesting, and if you want me to go over the history of why everybody thinks it's cursed, let me know. I would actually love to do that. But that's not where we're gonna start the story today. Well, you see, for a very long time, I didn't believe in ghosts, spirits, basically anything I couldn't see. But this incident changed all of that. The single incident. Back in high school, before you could take any of the advanced classes like advanced theater, technical theater, directing, you had to take intro to theater. And the year I did it, there was a guy there, let's call him Kevin. I'm never gonna use his actual name. But we didn't like him that much. He thought he was the greatest person in the world, and we didn't like his ego. I worked on a group project with him, and boy was it a mess. Because I am also a control freak. I need things done a specific way, and can I let loose a little bit? Yes, absolutely. I can let people do work. He cannot. He basically wanted it to be a one-man show, and then he was sick for like 2 weeks or something. He didn't show up to school for 2 weeks. This was during, right after quarantine. So that could have been why. But anyway, I ended up writing the entire script that we were going to perform. And long story short, it turned into a huge argument between our group. We had to get the teacher involved, which is not something I prefer to do. I prefer to handle things myself, because there's normally a decent solution. And if I don't like it when it gets bad enough to go get help. Anyway, I wasn't the only person that had issues with him. But by the time auditions rolled around for a show that my high school was doing, he did really well during the auditions. And, don't get me wrong, he was a fantastic actor. He wasn't the nicest actor and was demanding and would talk back to his directors. But, acting skills, they were good. His people skills, not so much. Kevin was one of these people who would do their very best during auditions, get casted in a decent role, and then just not want to do anything. They're just I don't need to work on anything, I know what I'm doing, and talk back to the director. That didn't go over so well. But that's who Kevin is. We don't like Kevin at this high school. There had been several incidences with him, but someone mentioned to him that you should never say the name of the Scottish play. Yeah. You'll never guess what he said during final dress rehearsals. He said it. And oh boy, did things go horribly wrong. So, everything's going fine. He says it. Mics break. Because we all had mics on, and all of them broke. They were not working. They were down. There were some issues with some lights. There was people missing cues that don't miss their cues. Like, everybody was missing their cues. The likelihood of that happening is very slim when you are working with even just experienced high schoolers. No, that doesn't happen. And would I just brush it off if everything else wasn't happening? Probably. But you know what else was happening? Things were moving on their own. Like, props were going missing. Like, the curtains, no one would be over there. And they just moved by themselves. That's not creepy at all. You'd be alone for a second, and you'd hear footsteps and stuff running at you. Normally when there's footsteps, you can, like, see them. You know, you can see the person. Even on the other side of the door, you open the door, guess what? There's a person there. Not the case. Everybody was in the dressing rooms getting ready, or in the booth, trying to get their mics to work. It was chaos. Oh, and I'm pretty sure some costumes ripped and, like, went missing as well, which never happens. Like, I'm not gonna say never. It can happen. But again, the likelihood of all of this stuff happening all at once, right after he says that word, it's creepy. After Kevin says that, a couple of the theater boys and our teacher drag him outside and make him repent. And kind of what I've been told how to do it is you spin around 3 times, spit, and curse, and then you knock and ask permission to go back inside. I don't know how well that worked because stuff kept happening. But the next day, and here's the creepy thing, everything was back to normal. Yeah, they worked on the mics, but not enough for things to be completely fixed. Back to the way they were. Props were back where they normally are. No one had touched them. The costumes were found again, and like nothing had ever happened. And I just remember walking in, and me and a couple people making eye contact, being like, huh. Someone had to be working overnight to fix these problems. Right? Wrong. No one had been working on them. The teachers left right after we did. Me and a couple people saw them leave once we got into our cars because we were the last ones there. How did they get fixed? It doesn't make any sense. And the only logical explanation could be ghosts. Yeah, ghosts. And there's been a couple of other incidences there that where like people have seen ghosts, have heard them. There's been a lot of paranormal in that high school as a whole. There's a lot of creepy stuff that's happened there, paranormal wise and otherwise. But yeah, I believe in the paranormal now. I have a couple of other paranormal stories, and if you would like to hear them, please let me know down in the comment section. In the meantime, stay true to who you are. Don't be mean to the ghosts. Don't say that word. And go on a voyage, man. Love your life. Live it the way you want to. Let's go.